Hi, welcome to our Graphing Rational Equations video sets. In this first video, we're just going to find our vertical asymptotes. And then in the following video, we're going to continue on with the same equations to find the horizontal asymptotes. And then we will go on to find the x-intercepts in the next video and finally finish sketching the graphs. So let's get started with the first example on your worksheet. In this video, we are only finding our vertical asymptotes, and that's always a good place to start. Our vertical asymptotes are going to occur wherever we have division by zero, something that isn't allowed. So that will happen whenever the denominator here is equal to 0. Our denominator is x minus 2, so we set that equal to 0. In this case, that's fairly trivial to do. We get x equals 2. So here at x equals 2, we are going to draw a dashed line because that's going to be our vertical asymptote. So let's go and look at problem 2 next. Here's problem 2. Once again, our vertical asymptotes are going to be where we have division by 0. In this case, we have a quadratic expression that will need to be factored. Since I need two things that add to -1 and multiply to -6, I'm going to factor this as x minus 3, x plus 2. Now I can set each of these equal to 0 because if either one is equal to 0, then I will have division by 0 because 0 times anything is 0. So x minus 3 equals 0, gives me x equals 3, and x plus 2 equals 0 gives me x equals -2. So I'm going to sketch my vertical asymptotes at x equals 3. You can draw straighter lines than I'm doing here on my tablet. And my second vertical asymptote will be over here at x minus 2. That's our second problem for the vertical asymptotes. They are the same for each of the problems. Let's go on and do problem number 3. So here I have just x plus 2 in the denominator, so I'm going to set that equal to 0 because we can't have division by 0. That is always, always, always where our vertical asymptotes will be. And I'm going to sketch in a vertical asymptote here at -2. Moving to the last problem. Take a moment and think about where or how many vertical asymptotes I'm going to have. Go ahead and pause. Right. So hopefully you notice that we have a quadratic expression here. So unless it's a perfect square quadratic, and this one is not, then I'm going to have 2 vertical asymptotes. So I'm going to go ahead and factor the denominator here. This is a difference of squares, so I'm going to have x plus 3, x minus 3. I'm also going to go ahead and factor the top so that we have that for later. I'm going to factor out the -1 so I can do the difference of squares as the x term minus the constant term. And that's going to give me x plus 4, x minus 4. So now I have those all nicely factored, and I can go back to the important point of finding my vertical asymptotes. X plus 3 equals to 0 gives me x equals -3. X minus 3 equal to 0 gives me x equals 3. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch these in. And there you have it, the vertical asymptotes for all 4 of our example problems. Next up, we'll go back to problem 1 and we will put in our horizontal asymptotes.